Welcome back to Terraria Minus Two. Since the last time, I've probably done a lot of work off camera. Let's see what I have to catch you guys up in. Here is the map. And I was thinking this could possibly be an area that we could try to do the pumpkin moon in the future. And so I've kind of moved all of the appropriate things out here and started setting up an arena. Still not optimal, but it's kind of something. Let's see. I have done some farming in the dungeon. The very first enemy I killed in the hard mode dungeon dropped the wisp in a bottle, which is kind of a nice lighting implement of sorts. And let's see, I made a teleporter to get from home over to there because it's a really long ways to go. And so I moved the nurse from her old home over there. I've been starting to farm up some of the pieces that I need for the Ankh charm because I could really use that thing. But I don't have it just yet. I've managed to run out of healing potions, and so that's something we're going to solve really quickly here by grabbing a bunch of pixie dust. What are the ingredients in healing potions? Greater healing potions? All of a sudden I've forgotten. Crystal shards and water bottles. No problem. Got water bottles down here. Got plenty of crystal shards in here. Where are the crystal shards? Here they are. And so we will make another stack of greater healing potions. Just like so. And we can put these things back away. Let's see, what other things? I made the frost helmet, and even though it gives me... Let's see, I'm at 56 defense right now, versus if I wear the hallowed mask, it's 70 defense. So it's a huge difference in defense. But the whole frost suit casts the... like Frostfire debuff. I forget exactly what it's called. I'll show it to you in a moment. And so I've been using a bit of that. Do I have Iron Skin and Regen Potions right now? I do. So let's grab a number of each of those. Let's see. I discovered that my previous life fruit farm that I don't need for life fruit anymore actually functions somewhat decently as a mimic farm. If you keep it trim, jungles have higher rates of spawns. And so I've encountered a number of mimics in here. And I've gotten tons of, what is it called? The cross necklace and the Titan glove. Keep getting the Titan glove. Still have not gotten the Philosopher's Stone. I've sold off like 6 Titan gloves and I still have like 3 more put away. Keep getting the Titan glove, can't seem to get the Philosopher's Stone. And so I keep hoping, as I come down here, that I'm going to encounter mimics who are going to drop that. And I also, Toxic Sludge. These guys give you the Bezoar, which I thought I'd gotten early in the game, but I never found it in any of my chests. And so I think I was making that up, or I never actually really had it. That's one of the pieces for the Ankh charm that I want to get. The Ankh charm would be really helpful because whenever I go into the hard mode dungeon, the bad guys in there start really kicking my butt. And so I guess let's go show off some of the hard mode dungeon. While we're over here, I'm gonna touch this little magic buff thing, so hopefully I'll be able to stay alive for a little bit. Been using the stinger a little bit. Let's see. Any other new weapons? I've gotten a bunch of new weapons out of the hard mode dungeon. I got Magnet Sphere, which has a P, so I had to sell it off. I got a P key brand, which has a D, so I had to sell it off. Fortunately, the dungeon is not too far from my little teleporter, hopeful pumpkin moon area. And let's see, I've got some things on me now so I can buff and we can just show a couple minutes of trying to fight around in the dungeon. You can get a sense of just how bad it is, as well as a sense of the nice side effect that the Frost armor set has in here. But I've taken out some water candles and added in... So yeah, you see these guys get caught on this blue fire. Frostburn, I think is what it's called. And so that's kind of a nice debuff. And so when I've been using that, and a lot of these guys run towards you, and you end up fighting them at close range, and so I've been using the cutlass as one of my main weapons. The main reason I came in here is to farm ectoplasm, which you see sometimes when you kill the skeletons, they release dungeon spirits, which are little blue things that fly around, and if you kill them, you get ectoplasm, and ectoplasm is one of the ingredients in the pumpkin moon thingy that you use to summon the pumpkin moon medallion. Oh, these guys are bad news. So these guys give you a slow debuff. They teleport all around. I've been using the magic missile because I can steer it around corners to try to catch these guys. But these guys have managed to kill me a lot. Necromancer is his name. And necromancing apparently is his game. The Hornet is actually really useful because he will occasionally find the guy and hit him, so he'll teleport somewhere else that's more favorable to me. But I would really like to no longer get the slowness debuff. And he also drops something called the Shadow Beam Staff, I believe. Oh, Shadow has a D. I was thinking it was going to be a weapon that I could use. But yeah, kind of all the good weapons, it seems like in hard mode, late hard mode, have either a P or a D. I got some more armor polish there, but I've got plenty of that at this point. Oh, here's this guy again. He's probably gonna kill me. Let's heal. There's the hallowed chest. I haven't managed to get a hallowed key mold yet. That would be something really nice. Okay, here's this guy, the necromancer. So yeah, I'll use the magic missile to hit him around a corner so he'll teleport somewhere else where I can hit him. That's been one of the strategies that I've been using. And then I set up, kind of right down here, a place to farm dungeon enemies. I'll try to get close enough that I can see it down below. I've got the snail slowness debuff right now. But basically, a bunch of guys tend to gather up on that little ledge below me over there. And you can see I've got heart lanterns and campfires over here. The stinger, by the way, is really nice for hitting a bunch of bad guys at once. Like that. But basically, it's often the case that a bunch of bad guys will stack up kind of down in this little area. And then I can either use the stinger, or I can also use the Staff of Earth to throw some boulders their way and hit a bunch of guys. Oh boy, here's this guy again. He may kill me once again. Actually, I'm in a favorable position right now, where I can usually get him. But these is definitely, other than the Paladin, this is the most dangerous enemy, I think, in the hard mode dungeon, or at least that I've faced so far. And it's mostly because he teleports all around, and he always, it's like 100% of the time, he gives you the slow debuff, which I really hate. Alright. In any case, this gives you a sense of the hard mode dungeon. It's very hard. I can stay alive in it for a little while, and I have managed to farm up some things. But most of them have not been things that have been useful to me, since it's Terraria Minus Two, and I cannot use any weapons that contain the letter P or the letter D. So, I'm not sure if I'm going to have any shot at all at the Pumpkin Moon, but I figure we ought to give it a try. So, what I would like to do is go back home and craft it up. For those of you who don't know, you can get pumpkins by purchasing pumpkin seeds from the Dryad, who lives over here. And so she sells pumpkin seeds, and so I can grab some pumpkin seeds, and I've just been planting them in this flat patch of ground over here. I've harvested them all up, so we can just plant some more. But you just plant them in the ground, and eventually they grow into pumpkins. And the pumpkins are one of the ingredients for the Pumpkin Moon. And yeah, I've already managed to collect 612 pumpkins, apparently, which is a lot of pumpkins, so that's good. And other than ectoplasm, do I also need, like, hallowed bars or something? Let's talk to the guide and ask him about pumpkins. Pumpkin Moon Medallion, we need ectoplasm and hallowed bars, so I'm going to need to farm some more hard mode bosses. I hadn't really thought about that. But I do have some hallowed bars already stacked up, and we have plenty of ectoplasm. Just going to do that so I can restack them. But as a result, I can construct 3 sounds good. 3 Pumpkin Moon medallions. So we could try to take on the Pumpkin Moon. And since I already have armor polish, I will sell this one off. And I have these buffs. I think I might have a bunch of Wrath Potions. Is that true or not? They're not here. Are they in another chest? In any case, I want to take kind of like a weak shot at the Pumpkin Moon. I know the arena that I have set up here is not kind of optimal yet. And there's a number of other things that I could do to improve it, but it won't completely suck. We should get a number of mob spawns who kind of all end up in this area. And so I think it has some potential for the Pumpkin Moon. And it will be turning nighttime in a minute or so. Let's see, and so I'll use my buff potions. I think the weapons that I'll use... I think the Cutlass is still pretty good. I'm probably going to be using a whole lot of the Mega Shark, so let's get that out there, and the Laser Rifle. And the Staff of Earth, actually, I'll probably use a fair bit as well, because it kind of just goes and rolls off to the side, and so it can hit a bunch of guys. Yeah, and it's a magic weapon, right? And so, yeah, it deals magic damage, and so that could work in my favor as well. And I've got the, Menacing and Angry Avenger emblem as some things that'll deal some more damage. I think I might need to wear the Hallowed Mask to stay alive, though. Let's start by using the Frost one and just see how long I manage to stay alive. But in about 10 seconds, we will be able to use the Pumpkin Moon and see how a character with the restrictions of Terraria Minus Two can fare in this crazy battle. So here goes nothing. Pumpkin Moon. The Pumpkin Moon, for people who don't know, is a wave event where lots of enemies just kind of continually attack you, and the later enemies drop some really good loot, and so you want to try to kill enemies as fast as possible to get through all the waves of this thing, to get to the better enemies, but at the same time you need to stay alive. I guess actually if you don't stay alive you'll just respawn, and the moon keeps going, so it's not the worst thing in the world. Alright, but we finished off wave 1. Oh gosh, and I took a ton of damage. Alright, I can't just stand down there. I do need to stand up here and do some things like this. Let's try sending some of these things out and just kind of hope that it's going to hit some bad guys on the ground while I heal up over here a little bit. And then let's come down here with the Mega Shark and see how it does with Venom Bullets. Alright, I'm definitely taking a ton of damage. Oh darn, all of my hearts. All of my life hearts have ended up down in the lava, which is kind of suboptimal. Okay, hadn't thought this completely through. Let's see if I can pick up the life hearts without dying. And now see if some more life hearts will come out of my statues. There must be other life hearts in the world. No, they're kind of all in the lava. Darn. Okay, so I need a teleporter down below the lava pool so that I can get down there and be able to easily pick up the hearts. I do know another way that I could go down there, though. So yeah, basically the first time I tried it, I didn't want to kind of like give it an all-out effort, just because I knew there would be a lot of things that I'd discovered that I'd forgotten about since the last time I tried to do this event. And one of them is, whenever you have a lava pool, to have a teleporter below the lava pool, so that I can go down here and start picking up all of these things. Alright, and so now I picked up all those hearts, so I will be able to have my heart statues working in my favor again, so that's good. Let's start dealing some random damage to enemies down here. And then, I think, with the Venom Bullets, will that actually inflict... Does bullet damage inflict the frost effect on things? No, it seems like I have to do melee damage. Oh, nothing is doing the frost damage, because I put on the Hallowed Helmet because I was taking so much damage that I decided I needed the extra healing capacity, right. So maybe I'll switch this off really quick. I just want to see if shooting bullets from range gives the guys the frost debuff. And I'm not sure that it does. So let's run down here and hit a couple of guys with my sword while I've got this armor set on, just to get them debuffed. Oh my goodness. And then let's put on the good, better armor. Oh boy, alright. And that is the first kind of mini-boss of the Frost Moon. The Morning Wood, I believe. There he is. Ouch. Okay, he just killed me. I haven't used any healing potions, and I forgot to buff. So these would be good things to do after I respawn. Let's buff. Let's hop in some honey. Let's use a healing potion. Oh gosh. And then let's hope we don't die to the first Morning Wood before I get a chance to fly up here and collect all the loots. There we go. Let me pick up a couple more hearts and things. Very nice. Okay. Alright, so right now the top thing is I need a teleporter underneath the lava so that I can collect all the things that fall in the lava and not have to just try to fly and hover over the lava in order to pick up the drops. I do see I'm picking up a bit of spooky wood, which I might be able to use for a summoning armor set. Summoning! Aha! I do not have my hornet out is another thing that would help me out a tiny bit. And I think possibly there's like a raven staff that you can get, and a raven staff would be something I could use, and it would be a ton better summon damage. And so possibly an alternative to the armor set that I'm wearing right now would be to switch to a summoner kind of build. And summon a whole bunch of ravens. If I could get the raven staff, I would definitely try that out. Alright, there is another Morning Wood. And I want to see how he does against this weapon that I'm firing at him. Oh boy. Yeah, he's got 9,000 hit points or something. Oh boy. So the good news is I am managing to kind of stay out of range. Yeah, I'm standing right here, actually. Am I hitting him? Yeah, I think I am. Alright, so that's not awful. I've completely forgotten that I own a flamethrower. I didn't have it out in the dungeon. Please tell me it's in my inventory somewhere. That would be nice. Does anyone see a flamethrower? Here it is. Great. Let's get the flamethrower out, because I think it works pretty well on kind of the mass of all these enemies over here. And we'll also give him a fire debuff. But I need to try to get down to my life hearts again. Oh gosh, that goes through walls. Go away, everything! Oh, hearts, 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 hearts. Yay! Let's pick up a few more hearts and other things. And then teleport. And let's do a quick buff if I can. It looks like I'm already all buffed up. Alright, unfortunately, some of the Morning Woods may have despawned. Alright, and I said I was going to use this. So let's use this on some of these guys just to set them on fire. Let's pick up some hearts. So yeah, I'll be curious to see what wave, I think I'm in wave 5 right now, what wave of this event I can get to. And then after I remake my arena and get rid of some of the major design flaws, I'm sure there'll still be some minor design flaws that I have to deal with. Try to get a sense of just how viable the Pumpkin Moon is and if there's other strategies I could use. But I was feeling very confident after I was kind of like kicking butt through all the hard mode enemies and the Golem and Plantera and all that kind of stuff, and now I'm feeling quite the opposite. I'm feeling somewhat despondent. Oh, my nurse! I forgot to talk to the nurse. That's the whole reason I have her here, is so that I could heal up. Well, she's dead now. Sorry, Carly. I was a fool. I was a fool to bring you here. I'll go ahead and buff once more. And we'll see if we can get any other good drops. Ooh. I really need to go pick up all the stuff that's sitting in the lava right now. What time of day is it right now? We only have 1 minute left in this event, and so I think I won't bother to buff. I know the things that I need to do for next time, and so let's just see if I can get any more kind of easy kills on low-level enemies. Possibly? Oh boy. Alright, and I can pick up some mana over here, and then I can hit everybody with these big rocks, which are very fun. Actually, yeah, that thing does pretty well on a long stretch like this. Seems like it's gonna hit most everybody. And with my star statues, if I can get back over to them, or over to here, that'll work too. Then I can get a whole bunch more mana to just keep on casting it. So on a long, flat thing like this, that could be a good weapon. I don't know. I'll have to review the video and decide if I can come up with other strategies I ought to be using here, but definitely I need to change the arena. Alright, so we learned something valuable, and so tomorrow night I think we'll try this again and see if we can do better. I've forgotten exactly what all you do with the spooky wood. Right, you can craft it directly into the spooky armor set, which appears to only have 18 defense. Oh boy. But it would increase our max number of minions, and so that's at least a different possible strategy that we could use, and maybe we could just focus on damage avoidance. The teleporters, by the way, are bought from the Steampunker, and you simply wire them up using the wire and the wrench. I want to move the nurse back to here. But basically what I need to do is I need a teleporter up here. So let's put it down. Something like right here. Oh, and I need a switch for it as well. And then I need to build a little cubby underneath where I can stand and pick up the drops. Alright, and so I wired up the teleporter. There is a green wire that goes from here down to here. And so now I'd be able to run over here and pick up the drops. This could still be improved slightly. Alright, I lowered the teleporter down, so now when I teleport in, I can kind of fly across the top and pick up the drops, rather than having to go back and forth and back and forth. Traps are the other obvious thing that I could do. Let me think about how I'd want to wire those up. Alright, for reasons I don't understand, the nurse doesn't seem to want to teleport into her house, but I set up some basic dart traps kind of shooting on either side, as well as some spear traps over here. The traps can be turned on and off from right here. And I think I just realized that some of my hearts are falling off of this platform, and so I'm gonna push those down a couple. Okay, the blood moon is rising. Fascinating. I don't think that actually interacts with... Oh, she did teleport up here. Okay, great. She's almost dead, sadly. Alright. And buff. Catherine was slain. I see, she immediately got killed by something. Alright. So I don't have my nurse along to help me out, which is kind of a bummer. But in any case, here we have this. Guys will be taking more continual damage as a result of the dart traps. Any guys who end up right in the middle... Oh, I forgot to buy more stingers. I can also shoot them, but they'll be dying down there, and then when I want to pick up drops, I simply come down over here. Alright, I should put a background in there so guys can't spawn in my little area there. But I can come down here and pick up the drops from the lava. So in that regard, things are already improved. We're into wave 2. Let's see, are there other things I could be doing? My little hornet is shooting at guys down there, and so I'm doing a little bit of summon damage as well. Let's go pick up some of the drops. Great. And let's fire any stinger bolts kind of at the guys in the middle. Unfortunately, it does seem like kind of the most efficient way to do this involves having most of the action be off-screen, which isn't too visually interesting. So maybe I'll edit out a bit of this until we get to some of the boss levels. Alright, and there are some other guys who have died kind of to the left and to the right. Kind of not in the lava, and so what I would like to do is just run to the sides and pick up some of those drops as well. Okay, great. Okay, there's our first morning wood. So things are about to get interesting. Let's try using the Mega Shark against this guy. Since I know he's down there. I see somebody taking damage, that's him. And it seems like he's having a hard time firing at me, and so I'm quite happy with that. Let's also do some things that'll hit kind of multiple guys at once. And I do still have the traps going, and so that's good. Oh boy, okay. That is definitely going to hit me, though. Alright, Morning Wood is down there. Let's try to make sure I know where he is. I forgot to buy more bullets, too. I still have 1,000, though. That should last me a little while. Okay, he's almost down. Great. We are going to kill Morning Wood. So that makes me happy. Oh boy. Got him stuck in a loop. Alright. Great, great, great. And yeah, we're still alive. We're still doing okay for the moment. I'm going to turn off the traps very briefly so that I can just run down here and there isn't too much stuff that's piled up outside of the lava. Let's try the same thing over on this side really quick. Oh, hello, Morningwood. Goodbye, Morningwood. Alright, let's turn the outer traps back on if we can. Oh boy, taking some damage. Alright, I'm in the honey. He's firing Greek fire at me, which is his main attack, and it's very bad. Alright, if he starts firing, I'm gonna hop down here and grab some hearts. Oh boy, here comes another one. Alright, my wings do seem like they give me enough maneuverability that I can avoid a lot of those attacks. Oh, darn it. Did I ever buff? I might have forgotten to buff. Now, if the nurse had successfully gotten back here, that would have been nice. Let's get these things up. Let's buff. Let's get in the honey. And let's start firing at whoever is below. Alright, and then when the Greek fire comes out, then we fly away. Yeah, this seems like a very workable strategy. Let's do some stinger bolts. Oops. Oh, gosh. No! Quit firing at me. You're bad. I see. There's multiple Morning Woods down there now. Ah, man. And when they're down there, if I don't have much life, I can't really go underneath to pick up the drops. Because they'll just finish me off. No! Darn it. Yeah, defense. Is there anything else I can do to improve my defense? I need to figure out how to brew life force potions. Is the only other thing I can think of, which would give me like 600 rather than 500 life. Or do a better job somehow of picking up all the stuff over there, like this. But really, it seems like I'm taking more damage than I'm picking up in terms of hearts. So I just don't know how to stay alive against these guys. Yeah, I buffed and I'm already almost dead. Oh, I can heal. That's something I've forgotten to do the entire battle. I have healing potions, I can use them. I still have not managed to get the mimic drop that I want. Oh, darn it. I accidentally... Okay, the teleporter is not an ideal location because I'm kind of accidentally standing on it. So I need to move it somewhere off to the side where I'm not going to accidentally hit it. Okay, buff heal. Avoid the Greek fire. Okay, that's the teleporter that I accidentally stood on when I was trying to collect my hearts. So we need to correct that. Yes, it's very difficult to do these events because you only get to fight them once per night, and each night you'll learn some flaws in your design that you'll have to go and redo, but basically it ends up being like a half-hour cycle of being able to make any changes and then actually implement them and try them out and then discover what other new changes you need to make. I'm gonna stand back over here for just a second, see if I can get these guys to kind of come over in this direction and give me an opportunity to pick up some of these other things that are over here. Yeah, that worked reasonably well, except for I got hit by my own spear trap. Oh boy, it's the pumpkin. Alright, well we got the pumpkin, so we've made some better progress than we did last time. From that point of view. I think the sun's about to rise. And so at this point, I think I'm just going to see if I can manage to cheese it and kill off a few more minor guys, but not try to kill off any more bosses, and just try to stay alive without wasting any more of my potions. Even that may prove difficult to do, though. Oh, gosh. I definitely need to add a clock over here, too. A solar eclipse is happening. Perfect. It is kind of perfect, actually. This is a really good solar eclipse arena, I believe. Oh, I got some scarecrow pants. Did I get anything else? I don't see anything else right now. Are there any solar eclipse drops that we want or need?